Let's unbox the Funko Pop vinyl figure of NED-B from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Varykino. If it's Star Wars, we collect it. Hello there, thanks for visiting Varykino. I recently binged watched the Obi-Wan Kenobi series and it put me in the mood to go back and open up some of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series merchandise that I've picked up since I originally watched it and stored away, like this Funko Pop vinyl figure of NED-B. I thought NED-B was a really cute character despite the fact that he doesn't talk. Sadly, I don't think we'll be getting much more merchandise of this character or see him in other series, but I thought he was really cute and I think he translates really well into Funko form. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Coming up very soon, I'll take the pop vinyl figure out of the box so we can take a closer look at all of the details. But first, let's go over the packaging. I kind of like the bright yellow of NED-B here. I think he's just so cute. It really stands out. My particular box, I did pick this one up on clearance, so I have a small amount of shop damage. We can see we have a very small rip here at the top. I am a little bit picky about my Funko Pop vinyl boxes, but I knew that I wanted to have this one out on display. I just think he's going to look a bit cuter because he's a tall figure. His head and face are kind of hidden a little bit under this bit, so I am going to take him out. So I didn't mind getting him for less than half price for the sake for a few little nicks and scrapes to the cardboard box here and there. For the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, we have this kind of tan color, very much making me think of the sands of Tatooine and Obi-Wan's robes. We've got NED-B written there. This one is number 634. Kind of like the way we can see him in there, but I think he's going to look better out. We've got a window here, a little bit of a peekaboo moment here of his face right there at the bottom, NED-B down the side, and the number. And on the back, we can see some of the other pop vinyl figures from this assortment, like the Purge Trooper and of course Obi-Wan Kenobi and a couple of the Inquisitors and young Luke Skywalker. We can see a little bit more of the figure there on the side. We've got that color accent there on the bottom for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And here on the side, we get a full look at the figure. He's got one of his hammers in his blue hand. I really like the weathering that's depicted here. I'm really keen to see if the figure is going to have as good a weathering as this would indicate. So let's get stuck in and open it. I know this top flap is a little bit damaged, but I'm not going to risk making that worse. So as usual, I'm going to open it from the underside. This is my preferred method of opening up my Funkos, just in case something happens to those little cardboard flaps. It's all going to be hidden when it's on display. On the inside, we've got a little bit of a cardboard insert here. We have the Jedi Order symbol laid over the top of the Imperial cog. Very nice. Just pop that one back in there. So let's get NED-B out of his plastic packaging here. There we go. So now we can take a look at the figure. I think he's really cute. So let's just get the packaging out of the way so we can take a closer look because there's a lot of detail here. I really like the sculpting for this NED-B Funko Pop vinyl. He's got a very simple face, but I think it does a pretty good job of accurately sort of capturing his expressions. It's kind of funny the way that droids in Star Wars, their faces don't move, but there's just something about the performers and the way that they animate droids in Star Wars. There's always so much personality there. I like these big yellow eyes here as well. So of course NED-B is a bit more of a worker droid. He doesn't talk, so he's got a very sort of mechanical, heavy industrial vibe to him, particularly with this yellow. It's making me think of like Tonka trucks and things like that, where we've got a lot of metallic sort of weathering where his paint has chipped over time. There's just a lot going on. I am quite happy that overall this looks pretty tidy because there is a lot of paintwork here to go over. Lots of this silver all over the place. Really quite fun. I am thinking he definitely looks better once I got him out. I wasn't sure how well he would look just because of the sort of overall. I was wondering if he might look a little bit like a mechanical giraffe just with all of the sort of spotting over the yellow. But I think he does definitely, seeing his full stature out of the box, give him a very cute droid. It's like a sort of a souped up C-3PO sort of torso, particularly with the sort of gray sort of midsection. It kind of reminds me of C-3PO's kind of exposed midsection there. And I really like this mechanical arm here with that blue. And of course, he's holding one of his big hammers that we see him use towards the end of the show. I like the pose. It's kind of strong. We sort of got his hands in sort of a clenched fist. I think that that's very good. A good way of sort of portraying some of the actions that we see him utilize in the show. And overall, he's glued well. I don't see glue around the feet. I like that. Tidy paintwork here on his eyes and around his head detail here. On his hands, of course, that detail there. We've even got some tiny little buttons there. And he does actually have some Aurebesh up by his neck, and we can just see that underneath. If I hold his head up, we can see that blue Aurebesh is included there. I do like the way that Funko includes some very minor costume details on their figures, despite the fact this is very stylized. I wouldn't begrudge them for sort of eliminating some of those details for the sake of sort of fitting everything onto their very small scale figures, but they continue to surprise me there. Of course, we've got this standard Funko Star Wars base there with the Star Wars logo in silver, very nice and tidy. Let's look at the back. We've got more printing. We've got some Aurebesh there on his backpack, there on the back. Very tidy paint here around sort of the tubes, his midsection, at his elbows, his ankles. Really nice. There's a lot going on here. Sometimes I worry the more paint details there are on my Funko figures, the more there is to potentially go wrong. But overall, I'm really impressed with just how much detail there is going on this. I know he was not the highlight of the Pop Funko range from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obviously, the characters like Obi-Wan and Darth Vader and the Inquisitors are going to be the popular ones. So I was a little bit sad to see poor NED-B turn up on clearance in my local stores. I thought he was pretty cute, and he does translate well into the very cute Funko style. But yes, he wasn't a main character, but I thought he was such a fun addition to my lineup. I do try and collect as many Funko as I can, but you know, sadly the wallet doesn't always allow to pick up everything at full price. Sometimes you take that gamble on certain characters you think, fingers crossed, might hit the clearance so you can still add them to your collection for a lower price, and this guy was one of them. I think he's really cute. Probably not, you know, a must-have like the Grand Inquisitor or Darth Vader from those. I think those were certainly some of the cooler designs from the Funko Pop vinyl range, but I think he's really cute. I'm really glad I got him out of the box. You can check out all of his details. He's got such a really cute little bobbly head. Even though he doesn't really have too much of a face, I still get the personality shining through there. I think he's really cute. And I do like the pose. He looks kind of like he's really got his feet grounded. He's got his arms and sort of hands clenched, ready to wield his big hammer there. Of course, he comes to the rescue and aids his friend, Imperial Officer Tala, in the show. Gotta get him next to Tala for my Obi-Wan Kenobi Pop Funko display there. I think he's really cute, you know. Probably not in everyone's collection, but I think he's really cute. And I'm happy to have him in mine. So there you go. Just another cute Funko to add to my Star Wars collection. It's always fun to be able to add another one. Once you pop, you can't stop. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today as I opened up another fun and cute Star Wars collectible and had a lot of fun. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the galaxy, and let's hang out again very soon for more Star Wars fun. May the Force be with you. If you're a Pop Vinyl fan, I've also unboxed the R2-D2 and R5-D4 2-pack. That video is linked here in case you haven't already seen it, as well as our whole Funko unboxing playlist. This is the way.